All right, I'm a little rusty at this, so let's give it one time. We are back. Let's go, baby. This is the Three Man Rush podcast coming to you live from our redraft league. Obviously, I'm your host, Landon Oliver. It's with my two co-hosts, Andrew Scott down at the bottom and Big Jared Holly. We got some special guests as well drafting with us live here. We got Kyle, we got P-Med, we got James. What is up, fellas? How we living tonight?
Doing wonderful, man. So fucking glad we got some people joining us this year. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. We got Kyle out here with this gorgeous backdrop. Look at that gorgeous-ass golf course back there. P-Med's already feeling at home, even though he ain't on the golf course, but P-Med's is there. He's got his bourbon with him. His boat ain't in the backdrop, but he got a nice-ass new boat somewhere back there, too. and James ain't gonna show himself, but you know James is here. You would be in awe of his beautiful home as well if we could see how he's living. But I'm doing fucking wonderful, man. Jared, how are you?
Oh, I'm great. I'm ready for the football season. Tired of watching baseball, even though the Rangers are kicking ass.
I'm also tired of watching baseball.
You guys have been tired of watching baseball for a few months now, I bet.
Yeah,
I've been tired of watching baseball since May.
Yeah,
now
that's pretty accurate. Well, shit. I guess we were supposed to get started 3 minutes ago, so we should probably get started. Before we do, real quick, I want to give a quick shout out. Gator J's in the chat. So Gator J is the producer for all of the shows on Fantasy and Frames, the podcast network that I do my fantasy shit with, and he actually hopped in with me like an hour ago and helped me nail out basically did it for me, the thumbnail for tonight on YouTube. So shout out to Gator J taking the time to do that. Our YouTube is courtesy of, or our thumbnail is courtesy of Gator J. So
appreciate you, big dog.
He's a badass producer and an even better person. So shout out to Gator J.
Yes, sir.
All right, so here we go. Story, you're on the clock.
All right, so this means basically.
So let me add, Story's actually back here too. He's muted. I just threw him in here, but Story's on here with us too. So as far as the people go that's in here, we got Story went Justin Jefferson. So we got the 101 in the chat. Wow. We got the 102 here in the chat. I'm picking from 104. James is here at the 105. We got the 106, the 107, the 108 representing. So a good amount of the front of this draft. And we already knew how that was going to go.
So so just for you guys that don't know out there, if you're following along with us, go ahead, Drew, and lay down the rules. This is one quarterback, PPR, half point PPR. Or 4 point.
Yeah, one quarterback, half point PPR, one quarterback, 2 running back, 2 receiver, a tight end, 2 flex spots, a defense, and 5 bench spots. So it's about it.
No tight end premium either. So standard tight end. This is like the most basic you can get. No super flex, no fun shit.
This is your typical home league right here. So if you're in like a general ass home fantasy football league, you can kind of expect your draft to look like this. So let me text Propane. He told me he was going to be there. He was going to be here. I talked to him today a couple times already. So, there his green light goes.
I'm just jealous of Kyle and P-Meds, man. You guys got votes and views.
I thought that he might do it, man. I thought that he might do it. I told him that, like,
Hey, I like it. Actually,
I
I
do
thought
too.
he was going to fall to me on the 8th spot, honestly. But
I don't mind it a bit. I was kind of hoping that he would take Jamar Chase to give me an excuse to take Cooper Cup because I wanted to be able to take Cooper Cup here, but he didn't do that. So now I'm gonna have to stick to my board and take who I believe in. So I'm gonna grab Jamar Chase.
hey, I like it.
I was hoping to have an excuse to take Cooper Cup though,
Yeah,
but with
so,
Chase still on the board, I can't quite do it.
yeah, so I'm happy either way this goes here because I know I'm getting one of my guys.
I'm hoping what falls to me, but I don't think it's going to. Nope, it sure didn't.
Oh, this is so
Exactly
tough.
who the hell I wanted.
This is tough, but
Mother fudger.
man, gosh
What you
dang
gonna
it.
do?
Oh man, I didn't
you
anticipate having to choose.
What you gonna do?
Man, you know what? I'm gonna trust my boy Arthur here.
Oh, I thought you were gonna take Cup if he made it to you.
Well, I didn't expect. I thought you were gonna take Bijan.
No, not with Chase still on the board. I definitely considered it. It was between Chase, Bijan, and
Yes.
Cup.
Plus, Cup's already like. I mean,
Oh, he's
He's
fine.
banged up.
He's gonna be back in practice next week.
yeah, but I don't like hamstring injuries, bro.
They
That shit
do
lingers.
linger. This is
shit
The 8th spot sucks.
my,
You know what?
so this is one of my co-hosts on Fourth and Frames, a show I do every Wednesday, and so he's being very supportive. I
Yeah,
appreciate
you
it,
don't
Chris.
remember like Jamar Chase in the preseason? All those
I know
Rams.
he did have those drops a couple years ago in the
he was
preseason.
a bust, man. Remember?
You're
Rams
right.
fan.
You're right. That's a great pick, Jared. Great pick.
Yeah, I think you'd like that. I thought you. Yep, that was who I was on the fence with. Was Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
I just
who
had a feeling like with this league, like I don't know. I figure like running back is so thin right now.
I mean, I can pretty much give away my strategy. I don't have to draft a quarterback anytime soon.
Well, I think that's everybody's strategy.
Well, I mean, I can
You
take
never know.
I almost
never
took Patrick
know.
Mahomes 105.
yeah, right. Okay.
Didn't expect that one.
It is coming out.
CD. All the tight ends are gone.
all two tight ends we care about. It is noted that Jamar Chase cannot catch the ball if it doesn't have the stripes on it. If they ever put
If it's
stripes
regulation
on the-
NFL size, yeah.
if they put stripes on the NFL ball, it's wraps for everybody.
Okay.
Oh, look at Turnbow getting the early stack. Hey, I like Hurts is my quarterback one. In standard one quarterback or super flex, regardless of how you play it, but standard leagues 4-point touchdown. Jalen Hurts is my QB1 this year too.
Derrick Henry back to back. Shit.
Oh, we have.
It's so
Shoot
funny.
you, motherfucker.
Derrick Henry gets picked, and then there's a big ass train in the background. It couldn't be more.
I thought that was literally the computer. I didn't know that was. I'm going to reach a little just because I want him.
Do what you do, man. Oh, I don't think that's a reach at all.
He isn't coming back on, so
That was the next best receiver on the board for me. So I don't think that was a reach at all, in my opinion.
Aaron Rodgers is yet to have an incomplete pass on Hard Knocks. So.
How well has that worked out in the past?
Science.
I think I did pick Darren Waller the year that he went to play for the Raiders and they were on Hard Knocks.
Hey,
And
that worked out.
He was way low, and I picked him because of Hard Knocks, and that worked out. But that's the only time.
He balled out, man.
That definitely worked out.
He was a basketball player originally, wasn't he? Like most tight ends are.
I knew Mahomes wasn't going to make. I told Aaron because we were talking about the possibility of taking Kelsey. I was like, if you want to stack him with Mahomes, Mahomes is going way earlier than your pick in the second round in mock drafts. But
There's
I don't think
no way to
Mahomes will
stack
go.
those two.
I said I don't think Mahomes will go that early in our draft unless Kyle takes him in the second round because he's a Chiefs fan too. I swear to God, I said that shit 2 hours ago.
I had to.
I don't blame you, dude. And you got the old school. You got the old school Chiefs.
I got the
stack.
old
It might
school
not be a
connection.
Chiefs stack anymore, but
I know.
I don't blame you. I mean, the top 2-3 quarterbacks, even in one quarterback leagues, man, they've been putting up so many points the last couple of years, separating themselves. It's really not that crazy to take them in the second round anymore. I used to think that shit was like just a terrible bet, but anymore, honestly, I really don't think it is. But
Elite quarterbacks. I mean, they're guaranteed points
man,
every week. Amara.
I didn't think that he would make it back to me.
That's
No,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, I wanted him, but I got scared.
What scares you?
I don't want to fight for a running back all season
Ah, man,
because I'm not doing y'all's bullshit ass trades.
you're gonna be fighting for a running back anyway. You know how the season works. Austin Eckler is gonna get touchdown regression. Tony Pollard, the Cowboys are gonna sign Leonard Fournette.
Shut the fuck up, dude. At least let me finish the draft before you start stressing me out.
I'm a little worried about Pollard, honestly.
God damn it.
I don't know if he's a 20 touch kind of back, man.
Yes,
No,
he is.
I think he is at the moment because they have nobody else to give touches to.
I'm
Bro,
just
they'll
fucking
pick
with you,
somebody
James.
up.
If
He's
Pollard
fine.
would have,
Especially now that they just paid Zach Martin.
if Pollard would have been there at my pick, if you wouldn't have taken Pollard, I would have taken Pollard. I'm just fucking.
They
with you.
I don't know. I guess Jerry Jones, he saw that footage of Jalen Carter from preseason the other day. He decided he needed to pay Zach Martin.
Chris Olave. I just hope Michael Thomas becomes wide receiver 1 again. If he can play a full season, there's
For all
potential.
3 games he plays.
You shut your
Right.
dirty mouth.
I know, man.
I took
When
Chris
he plays,
Olave
he's
in
great.
I took
He was
Chris
great
Olave in a
last year.
Scott Fishbowl draft this year, so I need as my wide receiver 1. So I need him to not do that. That just
Oh, he's a stud, man. He's really good.
Man, James, y'all's offensive line looked like dog shit the other day.
Well, we usually look like dog shit till the first 3 games of preseason are over.
And that was tough. I was watching. Man, Willis was actually really impressive.
But hey, that's the first time he's been impressive since we got him.
Yeah. Who would have thought the project quarterback played like a project quarterback?
Yeah. Hey, I'm not mad about Willis.
Shocker.
Considering where they were going to take him and where we ended up getting him, I'm completely happy with getting him.
Yeah, I liked it.
But they were going to take him at like the 11th pick or something like that, and that would have been idiotic.
Yeah.
There's your 20 touches.
Bite to bite.
if Jacobs ends up showing up, that's gonna be nice value. He'll be worth a lot more than the 23rd pick.
Oh, hell,
Do you remember where he was basically cancer last year and nobody wanted anything to do with Josh Jacobs?
Because he played a couple snaps in the Hall of Fame game. Everybody was like, "Oh, his season's a wrap. He's cooked."
All he did was lead the league in running and rushing yards. I mean, that's it.
That's it. No big deal. No big deal. Oh my God, my draft feels cooked right now. Already. I don't know what to do.
Does anybody else feel like preseason is even more of a waste than what it was in the past?
Yes.
They should find a way to have less preseason games.
And they cut it down to 3, and we're like, more.
Cut it down to 2 and
Cut
add
it
2
down
more
more.
regular season games.
Yeah.
Or
should
just cut it
play-
down to 2 and leave it how it is. I don't give a shit. Just take out the injury risk factor.
Exactly.
I mean, like, I get it from the aspect of like you need those live reps. You need the physical contact. You don't really get that in practice. But
I'm good with these teams doing the group practices, though, if that's what they need.
Yeah,
They're
we
less
got ours.
likely to
We got
get
ours
hurt.
with the Bears this week.
They're less likely to get hurt in the group practices than they are in a preseason game.
Yeah, we got the Bears coming to town, and then we got the Eagles coming to town next week. So some good stuff. Practice has been getting rained out constantly, though. So they've been having to move inside, which media, like, it doesn't really matter, but it sucks for the fans because, like, I know the past 2, they've had like 6,000 sold out practice tickets. When they're moving inside, it gets cut down to 750 out of 6,000 people. So like, there's people like that drive from like all over to come to a practice, and if it gets rained out, like
Ursay needs extra money to buy an exotic tiger too to go along with his whale. Make sure.
well, he didn't buy the whale.
He basically bought the whale.
No, he's freeing the whale.
They're putting
Free
it
willing.
in a cage in the ocean till they can teach it how to survive.
Jesus.
So he's going to own it for at least a couple more years.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, whatever.
It's his will.
Yeah,
I'm done with Jim Irsay, bro. I can't even as a Colts fan. I don't even know if I'm a Colts fan anymore. I'm more of a fantasy football fan at this point. I can't stand that guy. He is just too much for my brain.
I appreciate some of the stuff that he does, but yeah, he makes it hard, way harder than it has to be.
He's Jerry Jones on steroids.
He's not on steroids. He's on other things. But he's got, man, like, it's just, the sad thing is, too, is like what he says a lot of the time is actually correct. So, like, he's actually right. He just doesn't need to say it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you never
God damn it.
run out of content. That's for sure. There's always something to talk about.
He is definitely the most entertaining owner in the league. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Keenan Allen and I graduated the same year, man. He's getting up there in age a little bit.
Hey, chill. What year did you graduate?
Oh, 3.
Damn,
old,
he
man.
is old.
Old man Jared.
No, he didn't graduate in 03.
No,
Probably not far off.
He's old NFL years at this point.
Fuck it.
Oh,
I knew it. I knew it was coming.
pick still alive. Oh, yes. Keep going, guys. Come on, Lane. Don't fuck me over here. Oh, I love you. I will take Joe Mixon.
I've never heard anybody be so excited about drafting Joe Mixon.
He has no competition, bro. Who's in the backfield in that offense?
He hasn't had competition for like the last 2 years.
He had Samaje
But
Perine.
he does have his 5 touchdown games,
He did have Samaje Perine, who is no longer there.
which is
He's in
still.
Denver.
Stevenson, ETN, Mixon. Little...
Look at Taylor still on the board. That's hilarious.
I mean, he's hard to touch right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. Obviously.
Yeah, that sounded convincing.
No, I mean, really.
I think he was being dead ass.
I'm being serious.
He sounded sarcastic. Like, yeah, I wouldn't do it.
No, I'm being real. I'm being serious. Because he had the ankle injury, and it was supposed to be a 4 to 6 week surgery. He had that back in January, and he's still rehabbing that same ankle right now. And it's been 7 months, 8 months.
If he was to get a contract, his ankle probably start feeling at least a little bit better. Maybe not all the way. I'm not saying he's completely faking an injury. I'm just saying.
We'll see. I mean, he has been walking with a limp at practice. So.
He has no back problems.
Walk with a dip. What's up, Propane?
He has no back
Oh
problems.
man, I didn't think there was no way Gibbs would go before my next pick. That's heart shattering. That was.
I would have taken him on the turn, so he wouldn't have made it back to you.
Oh, okay. Well,
See, I had him in my queue too. I had him ready to go.
okay. Well, all right. I feel better now knowing that there was no fucking chance I was getting him. So that's okay. I think Gibbs is gonna smash.
I think
He
he'll end
should.
up being pretty good.
I'm always thankful whenever people take players that are just completely off my draft board. That makes me feel a little bit better. I ain't got to worry about staring them down later on and wondering if I just got to do it. Oh my God, 2 of my guys. Jay's
Yeah.
fucking
was
Jay's
gonna-
murking my.
Damn it.
Yeah, I was going to take Ridley if he made it back
I
to
think
me.
everybody
I
was
was-
going to take Ridley.
I was choosing.
Hopkins.
I was choosing between Ridley Keenan Allen and Jahmyr Gibbs and Travis Etienne at my last pick. I ended up going with Keenan Allen with Old Man River. But Ridley and Allen were the two receivers I was looking at, and then Gibbs and Etienne were the two running backs I was looking at in my last pick. And they lasted all the way to the 3-4 turn. I was considering them at the top of the third round. So, I mean, in my opinion, I think that's pretty good value for those guys.
No.
Seattle running back. He's going to be hurt.
He's already hurt.
He's already
It comes with the job.
Yeah.
But he's going to be productive when he's not hurt, though.
Oh, yeah. He'll smash. He'll be an RB top 5 running back for 6 weeks he plays.
Zach Charbonnet is going to be great, too. I like that. I like DK this year.
You know what?
Whenever you look at the amount of end zone targets that DK Metcalf had last year, and then the amount of touchdowns he had, it makes no sense.
I'll take Jonathan Taylor. I'll pray.
Ain't nothing to pray about, man.
I took him as the first pick, I think, last year. It was awful.
I mean, if he plays, I got Jonathan Taylor in the 4th round.
That's in a one quarterback league. That's a steal.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to pass that up. Metcalf would have been my pick if he was still there, but
Your team's gonna be stacked: Cup, Wilson, Mixon, Taylor. I mean,
You got him as the running back 16 in a one quarterback league. That's a steal. If he shows up,
If
he
he
plays
plays.
in week 1. That's a steal.
Oh, he'll show up. He'll play.
oh, he's gonna play.
He'll play.
You
He
get
might
out
not
there and
be
you run that ball,
productive.
boy.
Might not be productive.
I need me a new leopard, Jonathan.
Hey, man, I'm just saying, brother. Jonathan, we might give you a little extra money.
Listen to my new chords I recorded on my acoustic last night, Jonathan.
Okay, so I was waiting for somebody to do this. So, Kyle, how are you feeling about the fact that they just grabbed Dalvin Cook?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's we'll see. We'll kind of see how it goes. But I had him last year, Breece Hall, and they brought in other guys that tried to go, and he outclassed everybody. So
Breece Hall's a stud, man.
he's
Breece Hall's really good,
it's more of a
but-
long-term type of play, but we'll kind of see where it goes.
But
I think it'll pay dividends toward, like, assuming you can right the ship while he deals with the injury, and then the early the
This is
Jets
like
have a
week
really
6, maybe like and beyond type thing.
Michael
Jets have
Carter's
a-
not
the
bad
Jets have
either
a-
there.
Michael Carter's ass. Stop! You've been trying to
He
do this since
is-
they drafted him. He sucks.
He's
Stop
not
it.
bad. They just got to use him in the right way. Man, he
No,
said
there's-
Zach Wilson.
The
as
right
his
way to
pick.
use him is to let him sit on the bench. That's the way you use Michael Carter.
Nah, he's a good
Stop!
player.
Stop this shit, man.
He's a good player.
If he was a good player, they wouldn't have drafted Breece Hall and then signed Dalvin Cook and
If
drafted
Breece Hall
Izzy
was a good player, they
Abanikanda.
wouldn't have signed Dalvin
If
Cook.
Breece Hall was healthy, I promise you they wouldn't have signed Dalvin Cook.
Oh,
But Breece Hall isn't healthy. If Breece Hall was healthy, I promise you they wouldn't have signed Dalvin Cook.
What about Zeke and Ramondre?
I think it hurts Ramondre.
Oh, yeah.
Can't even talk. But yeah, I think it hurts.
I'm not that concerned.
every running back is in a committee. That's why running backs.
Not Joe Mixon. Not Jonathan Taylor.
Not yet.
That's
Jonathan
true.
Taylor will absolutely be in a
True.
committee with his quarterback.
Not the motherfucking tank.
Yeah, that's true.
And Eckler and
Yeah,
Pollard aren't in the
Saquon's
committee,
not
are
either,
they?
really.
He just came into camp, so
Some committees are not equal either. I think, I like that Aaron Jones pick a lot in the 4th round. That's a
wait,
good
somebody took Aaron. Oh, somebody did take Aaron
pick.
Jones. Shit.
John. I like Aaron Jones this year a lot.
Landon, you better draft Michael Carter. You like him so damn, but I'm so tired of talking about Michael Carter with you.
Look, y'all are in like fantasy land. Like, I don't care about fantasy.
We're in a fantasy football draft.
Yeah,
That's
man.
what I'm saying. I don't care. I didn't say he was a good fantasy player. I said he was a good football player. That's a difference.
He's not good. He's not good at that either, though. He's not good at ball.
He's a good football player.
I don't know. I feel like he would have been able to beat out Bam Knight for touches whenever they had nobody to give the ball to if he was that good. But they were like, no, we're gonna give the ball.
I mean,
to
he's
Bam
just
Knight.
more of a. I mean, he's just more of a receiving back. He's a guy
he's more of
he's
a
a guy
jag.
you throw out there and like run wheel routes and like stuff like that with.
He's more of a jag, just the guy.
He's effective. Like if they
he's effective at riding the bitch. What's up, Zach?
He had a good game the other day. Played good.
Hey, yeah. I hope he balls out against the third stringers in preseason.
Did Marquise Brown go to jail?
No, he just got caught speeding a little bit, but he had P-Med's lawyer, so he's good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the timing on that was so good. You guys were like, he had a good game. Hey, did Marquise Brown go to jail? That was just, I don't know. The delivery was awesome. It's fantastic.
I was just looking at my list and I saw his name and I was like, man, I think he is dead.
No, he's not dead. He's still living. There goes Dalvin, speaking of. Where do I got Dalvin? There he is. This is kind of fun, though.
One of us is going to be right.
I'm putting my money on you, Kyle.
We'll see. I hope.
I don't think Dalvin Cook is as washed as some of the other free agent running backs that have been on. Like, I think of the free agent running backs, I think Dalvin Cook was the best one, but
agreed.
There's not a running back on the market that's fucking better than Breece Hall, though, even coming off an injury.
No, Zeke's cooked. Like, that was
he is, but he's still really effective at the goal line. Like, he's still gonna get him some touchdowns. He's gonna steal some touchdowns from Ramondre, and he's probably still the best pass blocking running back in the league, which don't do shit for fantasy, but you better believe Bill Belichick cares that how good of a pass blocking running back he is. Billy B cares.
Especially when you put him at center to end the year.
Yeah, right. If you got enough confidence to put him at center,
that's unreal, man.
He must be a pretty good blocker.
My stepdad's a big Cowboys fan. I was watching that game with him, and he just lost.
You got 5 seconds, brother.
Yeah, I know, man.
What you gonna do?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Damn it.
Drizzy.
Oh, Arthur. Gonna be having him out there run blocking, baby. Drake London.
Kyle Pitts, Drake London blocking.
Shh, don't say. Oh wait, no, he's not gonna pick him. Never mind. He's already got Kelsey. I'm good.
Kyle Pitts has been the biggest fantasy.
No, Kyle Pitts is not. Arthur Smith has been the biggest fantasy.
At the end of the day, Arthur Smith doesn't get points.
That's true, but he prevents Kyle Pitts from getting points.
You know how many weeks I played Kyle Pitts in a row on FanDuel?
I'm not gonna take Kyle Pitts.
I'm not over exaggerating.
Man, you just gotta know what offenses they're in. That's the thing. Which never made sense to me. I just don't understand drafting a tight end like that at pick number 4 and then not utilizing him.
He's a unicorn too.
4th overall. And they just
and had arguably the greatest rookie season for a tight end in NFL history.
Yeah, the dude. Yeah, they're just in line. They just put him in line to block for Bijan Robinson.
He also hasn't had a crop of quarterbacks to throw the ball to him either. I mean, he had
I mean, look,
Scary Terry.
It's very. I think I've made my problems with letting Marcus Mariota start for as long as he did. I think I've aired that out enough. I'm not going to keep shitting on.
I like that Cam Akers pick.
Hey,
Cam
me too,
Akers
man.
Fucked me.
I mean, I've drafted. I got 2 running backs in the 4th and 5th round that have virtually no competition for touches. So I'll take it.
You got Gus Bus.
Lamar Jackson's a running back, but it's whatever.
Not this year, brother. They're splitting them out 4 wide.
I'm kidding.
They're splitting them out 4 wide this year.
I think Odell's going to ball out. I do. I think he'll mesh well with Lamar.
Lamar. I mean, Lamar's basically the reason he's there, from what I've read. Like Lamar wanted OBJ there, so.
I'm so hyped for Zay Flowers, though. I fucking love that kid.
I'm so fucking hyped for the Rashad Bateman healthy return season. I don't want to
They've
talk
got a
about
really-
guys that are still on
I'm
the
out
board,
on Bateman.
They-
I'm out on Bateman.
That just means more Bateman for me, brother.
All the Bateman is yours, man. Here's
I'll
some more
take it.
Bateman. For
I
you.
am the bait man.
Here's some salt to go with this Bateman.
I fucking love Rashad Bateman, man. Love him.
I just want to.
He was already a better prospect than Zay Flowers, and then every time, like his athletic profile, whenever you look at it across the board, he checks every box that Zay checks, and in a better fashion.
Oh, Fields! He's off the. Oh man, Justin Fields.
We've already seen Bateman be productive too. Whenever he's on, like, granted, it's
when he's on the field, yeah, that's the problem.
But yeah, I mean, hey, if you want to be the one to try to project injuries and guess those, then be my guest. But I will never be that guy.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean,
if you show me that you can do it on the field, that's all I need to see.
Is he suspended for 3 games?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, 3 games.
I can wait 3 games.
No, I don't blame you. I would take him.
That and Kendra just got hurt too.
That's what did it for me. I was really down on Kamara this year compared to consensus, but whenever Kendra got hurt again, I moved Kamara up a few spots in my rankings just because with the injuries that Kendra Miller already had coming into the draft, and now he's dealing with injuries again, and Kamara's suspension ended up being 3 games, and I thought it'd be longer.
Yeah, I thought it'd be way longer.
I had to move him up. I moved quite a few running backs in my rankings today.
I'm already in a tough spot here.
You got Miles Sanders up there, Alexander Madison. You got Christian Watson, Chris Godwin, Brandon Ayuk.
Well, I hate myself, so I should probably just go ahead and draft Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. Glutton for punishment. I'll be hitting you up throughout the season at some point. You let me know what other tight ends you're interested in, so I can make sure to draft one of them. I told myself, like, this is going to be the year I take a quarterback early, or this is going to be the year I take a tight end early, and then here I am.
You can't do it, man, on quarterback.
Through 5 rounds, no quarterback, no tight end.
It was so hard for me to just take Justin Fields there.
I thought that was a good pick.
Well, I just for so many years, I'm like, you don't take a quarterback that early.
No, that's not early for a quarterback anymore, especially not somebody that runs as much as he does.
I was on the fence about Madison, too. In this round.
I'm surprised Joe Burrow hasn't been taken.
I was in last year's draft. I was the last person to take a quarterback last year, and Joe Burrow was the quarterback I took.
Wow.
Plus
there he goes.
Well, plus he's probably going to miss. I know, like they're talking about it, maybe even being like 5 weeks.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be taking Burrow right now with the.
I forgot he got hurt.
If it was a super flex draft, I'd still take him and take the risk. But like with the injury he's dealing with in a 1 quarterback league, I'm not taking Joe Burrow in the 5th round right now. Fuck that shit. It could work out if he ends up starting week 1, then you'll be fine. But like I'm not going to be the one to take that risk.
You can get some good quarterbacks.
Now, if he would have came, like if I would have made my 6th round pick and he would have came back around in the 7th round, and I could have stacked him with Jamar Chase, then I would have considered it in the 7th. But that would have been it for me. And then Trevor Lawrence just went, so now I really don't care about quarterback at this point. Like I'll probably once again be the last person to take a quarterback.
Son of a bitch.
Who else doesn't have a quarterback? Who am I competing with here?
I don't have one.
All right, staring y'all down. Let's go.
Damn, are we the only ones that don't? No, PMed doesn't.
After last year, man, and just like the scoring difference.
Yeah, the way I've basically been approaching quarterback in redraft is if I can get Lamar in the 4th round, I'm doing it. if I can get Fields in the 5th round and I don't like a positional player enough, I'm doing it, which I obviously I'm biased, but I like Cam Akers. Like if Cam Akers wouldn't have been on the board, I would have taken Fields in the 5th round, one spot where James did. So like I think that James played it perfectly with Fields. If Lamar would have somehow made it to me in the 4th round, I would have taken him over Dobbins. But those have been the 2 guys that I've been targeting just because of what rushing can do for a quarterback. If I can get Lamar in the 4th or Fields in the 5th, I'm doing that all day this year. But I didn't do either, so I'm once again in no quarterback land.
Same.
I'm okay with that though.
Did
Miles Sanders?
Miles Sanders is gone.
He did go. Okay.
He is gone. I don't have him on my list.
I
didn't
both on my radar.
I didn't mark him off, so that's the only reason I was asking.
I'm up. Shit.
James Conner.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. I'll take Christian Watson.
DeAndre.
That's who I was going with if Landon didn't grab him for sure. He's a player.
You ain't worried about the fact that Hurst doesn't really throw to the running back that much?
Nah.
You ain't worried about Rashard Penny? Because he's going to be their running back 1.
There's not really a running back 1 there. I just need somebody for 3 weeks while Kamara's out.
Rashad Penny is absolutely their running back 1, Jared. Thank you for acknowledging that.
No. Yeah, he'll be the running back 1 for 2 weeks, and then he's out.
That's all you need him for.
You don't have to do this. We can just acknowledge how good Rashad Penny as a runner is.
He's very good when he's
phenomenal when he's healthy.
We don't have to talk about stop doing that, Jared. Stop putting the asterisks at the end. Let's just talk about that he's really good.
He is great when he plays.
Stop it.
When he plays.
Stop it.
Should not answer.
Terry McLaurin got drafted. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he's gone.
He gone. James, how many drafts you got? I know you're in a few leagues outside of the ones we play together. You got
3
some
or
drafts,
4,
right?
Yeah, I think I'm in 4, but one of them I don't give a shit about.
Oh, sure, you're picking. My bad. I didn't mean to distract you.
No, you're good. I'm sure you didn't because you come right after me.
Well, look, if you
you need up high?
I need me another running back up there that I'm looking at. So if you could not take him, that'd be great.
Yeah, and that's the other reason why I took Swift too, is like just looking. I think he's one of the more talented guys still out there.
Yeah,
he Swift is so weird for me, man, because he I'll come back to my thought in a minute. I've got to rethink now because I just got sniped by James.
Where's Waller at now?
New
York.
Giants.
He's the number 1 target for the Giants.
Is Sterling Shepard still alive?
Barely. He's hanging on by 1 leg. This quarterback's completely out of the question. There's not a quarterback I'm taking now that Lawrence is off the board. The top 8 are gone, so I'm not taking quarterback. That was it for tight end for me for a little bit. So I got to look at running back or receiver. Godwin's the top receiver for me. Godwin and Lockett, or David Montgomery, Rashad White.
Hey, Jared Goff. You got a St. Brown Jared Goff stack.
God damn it, James. This would have been so much easier if you would have just let me take Waller.
I'm sure it would have. I'm glad I didn't know, because for half a second I was like,
Fudger.
Waller might get back to me.
Waller would not have gotten back to you. I wouldn't have.
I know.
Even,
I'm glad I didn't. I just was thinking to myself, like, maybe I could go with who else I wanted, and Waller would get back to me.
I don't think White's a good player, but he has no competition in Tampa.
You hush your mouth. He absolutely does. Sean Tucker is there.
Who?
What do you mean who?
Who is Sean Tucker?
Sean Tucker, the best running back to come through Syracuse. And
sounds like a Cleveland Guardians outfielder.
I covered him at the Senior Bowl this year.
Sean Tucker's a beast, man. Wait, Sean Tucker isn't a senior, is he?
Or no, that was
Sean Tucker was an early declare.
Yeah, but if they have 3 years, they don't have to be seniors at Senior Bowl between on.
I don't think he was at the Senior Bowl, though. He was dealing with injuries. Yeah, Rachaad White is a good pass catcher. He's not a very efficient runner. I'm not a fan of him from that standpoint, but I do think he has the very, very clear role to touches to start the year.
Yeah, there's no one behind.
No bullshit though. I mean, Sean Tucker has some weird ass heart condition that ended up pushing him in the draft. Like he probably would have been a borderline day 2, definitely day 3 draft pick that ended up going undrafted because he had some weird ass heart condition. But like he was an early declare. He had assuming he would have been able to run at the combine, he would have had a strong 40 because he's he's a track star. Like that's what he does.
He's a runner. He's a track star.
He can catch passes. I mean, like Sean Tucker is one of my favorite dart throws. And he's better than like Chase Edmonds, Keyshawn Vaughn, the guys behind Rachaad White. He's better than all of those guys. He just has to show that his heart's not going to fucking explode, and he'll end up being the backup running back for Tampa. But Rachaad White should be the clear guy as far as that goes.
There's man.
And that was the other running back I was deciding between was him and David Montgomery. I think that with how much Detroit was in the red zone last year, I mean, y'all saw all the touchdowns Jamal Williams got. Jameer Gibbs was never used in that role at Alabama, Georgia Tech, like nowhere. And he'll probably get some touches in the red zone, but David Montgomery has a lot of touchdown upside this year.
Yeah, he's like no fun, but he gets in the end zone. He did that with the Bears and everything.
Yeah, he's a very, very boring player, but very productive, though.
I would just do that really quick.
I like that Mike Evans back too.
All he does is pump out 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns.
Guarantee.
No, that's probably good for him.
I didn't even notice the propane was the one that took Pacheco. Kelsey and Pacheco. That's two. I mean,
man, I have competition for my Chiefs fandom right here. I guess.
Kelsey and Pacheco is probably the two guys outside of Mahomes. Probably the two guys that's going to touch the ball the most. So,
and Mike Evans, then Chris Godwin.
Man, I'm staying away from the guys.
I'm so fucking glad somebody else took Chris Godwin because he was the next, like he was the best player on my board, but I just really didn't want to take him because I just took Rachaad White. So
yeah, man, I really like James Cook this year too.
I'm not a James Cook believer.
Don't draft any Buffalo running backs. Josh Allen's their running back. I mean, they run power to him and sweeps for him. So it's just, I don't trust Buffalo running backs.
Yeah, they're never going to be a team that runs the ball.
No.
You're never going to be a team that runs the ball.
That's true. I wouldn't. You know my feelings on running backs.
Yeah. Hashtag don't pay running back.
I thought Bijan Robinson was still available for some reason. That was Brian Robinson.
Oh man, do I take Hollywood?
Yes, wide receiver 1.
He is though. I mean, like, and I know that we don't want to.
Tyler will be back too, man. You look for value in the 7th round, Drew. Yeah.
Gosh damn it.
How does this
I
go?
hate picking next to you.
I hate picking next to you too, man. You're the fucking reason I didn't get Darren Waller. So.
I'm just gonna have all old ass receivers.
Tyler Lockett gets there every year, though, man.
That's my hope.
Well, he's so like he'll have like one game it's like 3 catches, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, and then the next week he'll have like 1 catch for 5 yards. He's like so frustrated. But the weeks that he blows up, man, like he blows up. Like he will like single-handedly win you a ball game.
That's the same way with Joe Mixon. It's like he's going to have 500 yards and then he'll have 50 the next game. With
Yep. He's trick or treat for
he'll have
sure.
5 touchdowns in one game or none for 6 games.
Lockett was the next player I had. I was literally choosing between Lockett and Hollywood, bro.
I think
Same.
you did the thing.
Oh fuck.
Pickens.
God damn it.
It was either that or JSN with Seattle.
Yeah,
Oh.
so I would like Seattle's going to throw the ball more, but Pickens is going to be higher on the pecking order.
Correct.
Well, and there goes JSN.
See, those were my 2.
How do you even say his name?
I'll take Pittsburgh's
Jackson.
wide
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Jackson Smith and Jigba,
And
I'll take that
Jigba.
wide receiver one.
aka the best running back, the best receiver in this class.
He got a lot of competition, though, man.
He does, but talent always wins out in the end.
Who's competing with him?
DK.
DK Metcalf and Lockett.
Oh,
But
Lockett.
DK Metcalf.
Oh, I
and
thought you
Lockett-
meant as like rookie receivers.
Oh,
I
as
didn't-
far
I
as rookies go, it's him, Jordan Addison,
Quentin
Johnston, and Zay Flowers, and he's better than all those guys. But
and Josh Downs. The fucking goat.
Josh Downs ain't in that fucking category. Chill out, bro.
He's the fucking goat.
There's no way I got sniped on Khalil Herbert in the 7th round.
No way.
Fucking shot.
Dude, that was my next one coming back to me in the next round was Khalil Herbert.
Okay, well at least I didn't get sniped then because I would have gotten sniped anyway. I fuck, man. I thought I was going to be able to get.
Deontay
I thought I was
Johnson.
going to be able to get him in like the 9th round.
I see Deontay Johnson to double his touchdown total from last year.
So he wanted him to get 1 instead of 0.
As long as he gets in there. I still feel like he's the wide receiver 1 for Pittsburgh.
I would agree.
I don't know, man. I think Pickens is taking over this year.
He's better.
Like,
He's a better receiver than Pickens.
he's
Pickens
targeted
cannot
so much.
separate to save his life.
He can go up for the ball.
He can't go up for the ball, but Pickens cannot separate to save his life. If Kenny Pickett wants to throw into no room for error territory all year, then maybe. But Deontay Johnson is going to make DBs look like idiots and get wide open, and George Pickens is going to be like and to his credit, he's good at it. But Pickens is going to be like, hey, just throw the ball up and I'll go get it. But I'm not going to look open at the time.
Dude, I'm loaded at wide receiver.
a dog.
He is a dog. If you got fantasy points for how fucking good he is at
Being a dog.
at just like the dog factor and just like embarrassing DBs off the line whenever he wants like on running plays. If you want to push somebody over, he would
That's
definitely.
why I
be
like. That's why I like him. That's why. See, I don't know. Maybe that's why I like Alan Lazard too.
Oh
No, that is not why you like Alan Lazard, because Alan Lazard does not do that.
Dude, Alan Lazard blocks his fucking ass off.
He might be a decent blocker,
It's
but
so
he doesn't
entertaining.
embarrass DBs the way
He's a
that
guy.
Pickens
He's
does.
a guy that you win football games with.
Tell the non-playoff Packers that last year. How many fucking games they win last year?
Oh, they had a lot more issues than just him.
But that's the guy you win games with, though.
Okay, what about the other previous like 4 years in a row that they made the playoffs with him?
They had Devontae Adams on the fucking squad.
Not the year before.
Yeah, every year that they've done anything, Devontae Adams was on the squad. Find me a year the last 6 years.
Was he traded? Was it last year that he was traded?
He wasn't traded. He was, or was he
I
traded?
said, was last year his first year? In
Last year was his first year in Vegas. Yeah,
I can't keep track of it.
I can promise you there is zero ways that you can spin.
no, maybe not.
Alan Lazard being a valuable player.
He's a good player.
No, he's not.
He's a good football player.
He's okay at a couple things and good at nothing.
He's a good football player.
No, he's not.
It's all right.
Aaron Rodgers is going to be. I don't know why nobody can catch the ball, but here I am. I brought all 5 people from Green Bay over to New York.
I do think that's like the funniest thing.
Garrett,
Man,
that's going to lead to Garrett Wilson having 200 fucking targets because he's the only receiver worth a damn on that team.
Dude, I just have a really good feeling that he's going to get a ton of volume.
Garrett Wilson is going to go off this year.
Garrett Wilson is that. You talk about a dog. That dude is a dog.
Yeah.
I'm not hurting a wide receiver, but I
Did
can't leave Brandon
Did you
Cooks.
see Hard Knocks the other day? Whenever he was like,
I haven't watched
They were
any of the
doing-
Hard Knocks yet.
they
No
were doing
spoilers for me.
push-ups.
Yeah,
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
oh my god.
You shut the fuck up, Landon. Just make your pick.
Been trying to
I
let
think
it
Brandon
build up.
Cooks get
this year.
1,000 yards again. It doesn't matter who his quarterback is at this point. I like Njoku. Oh, that's a great pick, Landon.
Dotson.
Dotson.
Does mean I
How
actually
many running backs does
I don't know,
Seattle
did
have?
this year?
It's Charbonnet and Ken Walker. Those are the only ones that matter.
That's
They have
it?
other running backs, but those are the only 2 that matter. Kenny
Is Ken Walker-
McIntosh is irrelevant.
Does Ken Walker get hurt, or am I thinking of somebody else?
He's already.
He is hurt in the present as we speak.
And he was hurt at Michigan State and last year too.
He's hurt all the time.
He said it. He said everything I needed to know.
Kenneth Walker's here for a good time, not a long time. I'm taking my dog.
That was my next pick. So
I'm taking my dog. There's no way. I missed him, right? He went off the board. Brandon Ayuk got drafted, right? And I just missed
Yeah,
him.
he went in the
Sixth
fifth round.
round. Okay.
Sixth, yeah.
Great pick, Kyle. I just didn't mark it.
You think I was on the fence about taking Brandon Cooks, but I would assume he's their wide receiver 2 for Dallas.
He's absolutely Dallas's wide receiver too. Yeah, there's nobody that can hang with Cooks. He's battling with Michael Gallup and
That's it.
yeah, I forget they drafted a guy last year that was supposed to be decent and he ended up not being shit. I can't remember his name. I want in this league. If there's ever an open spot, Gator, it's got your name on it, man. I promise you that.
Jesus, I have 5 wide receivers.
I don't know if is he wanting in this league because of like how trash the picks are. Is it like one of those where he's like, I want in this league because y'all fucking suck?
hey, don't you dare,
Yeah.
because I play in some leagues.
Gator's not that
people
type
are
of
trash.
dude. So
Oh no!
if I had to guess, it's probably because of how active we are and like how involved everybody in it. Like we haven't had a single auto pick. We're about to be in the 9th round. We've had no auto picks, which is like in fantasy football leagues. If you've tried to join a random fantasy football league in the last like 3 years or anything, like the participation is just so.
What was that
trash.
one we had? We had that one last year where the number 1 overall pick was an auto pick.
Yeah, and we had the IDP Superflex Dynasty League that lasted 1 year.
Yeah,
It's just,
that's my bad on that.
it's not though. We
got
we
too
had
crazy things just got wild.
it's not your bad though, because we had people that weren't paying attention toward the end of the year in year one. Like that's always a sign of this league's going to die, is whenever it's year one.
Yeah.
And people aren't paying attention toward the end of the season. So Zay Flowers off the board, the number 3 target for the Ravens. It's crazy.
We'll see.
Hey, bro, I can't wait for Bateman season. I can't wait. Oh God, damn! I can't
Drew's gonna be texting us, Jared. It's like, God damn it.
It's like fucking Mark Andrews is in the end zone again.
Oh, that I fully expect.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
Mark Andrews is absolutely the number 1 target for that offense.
Odell Beckham looks like Odell from the Giants. What's going on with this shit?
Rashad Bateman got 6 weeks.
Michael
Odell's
Thomas.
gonna ball, man.
They must hoping he'd come back to me.
That's another guy that's on my list of I wouldn't draft him even if there was.
I've drafted him like the last 2 years, thinking like, oh, maybe if he's healthy this year, I will never do it again.
Stories in here with this. He just ain't say shit. He's silent assassin down there on mute, not saying a damn thing.
Deontay Johnson was drafted, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
just chilling.
Yeah, I know you're here just chilling, champ. Not saying shit, just down there
Having a
lurking.
good time.
He's a humble champion.
He is. He has been very humble.
Who else is drafted to this talking? That's the way it works.
He has been very humble this offseason. Two picks, really one pick, because I know Propane ain't gonna take who I want because he just took Zay Flowers. So it's just really a matter of the fact of, is P-Mez gonna do it? P-Mez didn't do it, so that means that ain't no way Propane. No way. There's no shot.
They go down.
Oh, so I thought that was you that just took him, Drew.
Well, you got Flowers and Bateman. That's hilarious. That's so
Hey, if you want
And
to
Lamar, he's got a double stack. I mean, that's a good play.
On fire, be my guest, I guess. Yeah, this isn't best ball, Jared. That's not a good play.
What's your week 17 matchup?
Who's their week 17 matchup?
Dude, I have best ball in my mind, bro. Like, it is just like, it's dumb. Like, it is so dumb. Anthony Richardson.
Wow, you
Looks like a
motherfucker.
QB.
You fucking dick. You're such an asshole.
I can't wait to draft an old
You're
crusty.
such an asshole.
Hey, blame Aaron.
What a
I would have taken Bateman there.
He didn't want to do it, Landon.
Anthony Richardson wasn't even my next best available quarterback on my list.
What a dick.
He was the only one that runs, I'm sure, though.
No.
he was the only one that runs that I care about. No, it's a strategy that I have been a very big fan of in redraft this year, where if you fade quarterback early on, you take Anthony Richardson right here around his ADP. And then in one quarterback leagues, there's a ton of safe quarterbacks toward the end that you can just draft, and you can throw in your starting lineup the first couple weeks to see what you got with A-Rich.
Oh, he's starting week 1.
I know he's going to start week 1. That's
After
not my
after the way he played against the Bills starters.
Yeah, he played great. Oh, Rashad Penny, nice pick. That was who.
That was my next one.
It was between Richardson and Penny for me.
That was,
Oh, Landon, you're going to take Penny?
No, fuck it. I'm just about to rape this fantasy league real quick.
Oh, fuck yeah. Njoku stack, baby.
I'm about to rape this fantasy league real quick. I can't believe I just really got. I want to know if Aaron was watching.
Hey, this worked out perfect. Okay, I'm cool with this. in case Taylor doesn't play, I know Kamara's out for a few weeks. Jamal Williams.
Did Madison got picked, right? Like he's still not on the board.
Yeah, he's gone.
He got picked in
Okay.
like the 5th, I think.
I just missed him. That's another huge fade for me. I'm completely out on Madison, but I didn't have him marked off.
Maybe Jamal Williams will have 15 rushing touchdowns again this year.
I can't believe I got sniped on Bateman. That still pisses me off.
What a dick.
I love it.
He really took fucking Flowers and Bateman back to back. I was like, oh, P-Meds isn't taking Bateman, so I'm straight. Like I'm set up so good. No, never
He's
mind.
got Lamar, though. It makes sense.
No, it doesn't, Jared. This isn't fucking best ball.
It's onslaughting. I mean, it works. I played in the league one time. I swear to God. I played in the league one time. Landon can tell you about this. A dude drafted Peyton Manning when he played for Denver. He had Demaryius Thomas, Julius Thomas.
R.I.P.
That is a very fair strategy. If you think that Lamar Jackson is breaking the passing yards and passing touchdown record this year, then hey, fine.
Yeah,
You're on the
if
board.
Lamar throws 55 touchdowns this year, then we're doing.
If Lamar throws for 5,000 yards and 55 touchdowns, then yeah, that's a fair strategy.
That same year, he had Jamal Charles, too, and he still lost in the finals. Like, it was unreal. He made it to the championship. He had 3 Denver wide receivers, or 2 wide receivers and a tight end.
Well, they benched all the Denver players in the last week of the season.
Yep. They got up at half against the Jets, and they benched him. Cost him a title.
Because of Todd Gurley. He played against Todd Gurley in the title game.
Yep.
That'll do it to you. That's a death sentence playing against Todd. It was Propane. Actually, it was Propane. I hope you're listening because it was you I was playing against in the title league that year whenever I was in Tennessee watching the Rams play the Titans week 16. Todd Gurley went for like 200 total yards and a couple touchdowns and won me the championship against your ass. And I got to watch the Rams clinch the NFC West against them bum-ass Titans in Tennessee.
Shut the fuck up.
In that Division II college stadium they got down there in Nashville. Thank God they're building a new stadium.
It's going to be nice, too.
It's going to be really nice.
Yeah, it looks really dope.
Trash.
Landon.
It looks really dope.
Oh, I got all those Titans fans riled up on Twitter. They're fucking.
It don't take much. They got a lot going on right now.
After me hard the other day. I hadn't had like a troll post in a while, and I put that post out there. I was like, "Yeah, good thing that stadium looks like an Xbox because the only way they're winning Super Bowl is on Madden."
Yeah, that was good too because it really does look like an Xbox.
Man, they were on my ass in the comments. It was hilarious. At least my owner doesn't do cocaine. I was like, well, he'll snort it off of the Super Bowl.
Every owner does cocaine.
and first of all, did cocaine past tense. Like
yes, he's been perfectly clean since 2015.
Respect the man's sobriety. It don't take much to get them riled up because it ain't like they got a lot going on right now.
You need a backup tight end. But
you say right now, or you mean ever?
Yeah, I guess basically since like 1999, whenever they lost the Super Bowl.
I know what you're doing.
Doing what?
God damn it!
What's your favorite tackle of all time, James?
I'm trying to focus.
I could tell you what my favorite tackle of all time is if you're curious.
I can tell you what my favorite tackle is of all time too.
Steve McNair almost got him one. R.I.P. Almost being the key word there.
It's the story of that franchise.
Women.
Almost.
Women, bro. Steve McNair.
You gotta be quick. You gotta be quicker than that.
Almost had it.
So, Javonte Williams, he's still limping around, correct?
Well, he's actually looked pretty good.
All the reports have been really good, but he is technically still injured though.
I feel like that's going to be a committee.
Oh,
with
it's
him
my
and
turn.
Pirine.
If Sean Payton has told us anything over his course of being a head coach, it is absolutely going to be a committee in Denver. He's never had just like a workhorse running back in Denver. So like even if Javante's healthy, I still think Samaje Perine going to have a role. And he literally, Samaje Perine had an interview after they signed him.
That's my whole thing is they went out and got him.
They went out and got it, and Samaje Perine basically told report, he was like, "Look, Sean Payton came after me and told me I'm going to have a role in this offense. Like they want
paid him a decent amount of money too.
Yeah, like Perine's absolutely going to have a role. Now, I was a little bit higher on him a month ago than I am now because I thought the role was going to be bigger. Like apparently Javonte Williams is a fucking superhuman.
Yeah.
He's a freak.
ACL, wasn't it?
Yes.
But it wasn't a clean break though, was the thing. Like his ACL injury was a lot worse than just like your standard like Breece Hall's injury was a lot more clear cut than what Javonte had to deal with. Javonte was more along the lines of what J.K. Dobbins had to deal with last year.
Yeah.
And Dobbins, like he was we didn't really see J.K. Dobbins until week 11, week 12 last year.
Yeah, they held him out this year.
Like he played some, but he wasn't himself.
Landon, I know he's old and dusty, but I kind of like that Adam Thielen call this late.
Adam Thielen's
He's
washed.
gone.
He's washed, but I mean, who the hell else?
He ain't washed in the red zone.
No, he's course.
They can throw to DJ Chark. They can throw to Hayden Hurst. They can throw to new rookie Jonathan Mingo. Anybody other than dusted Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
No, I don't mind Thielen.
Where's Lazard at on the depth chart?
Wide receiver 17.
He's Green Bay still.
4?
3.
He's the tight end 3 where he blocks.
Odell Beckham, good pick.
He does block.
Right there.
Man, I wish Aaron would have drafted Beckham here next too. That would have been the GOAT move.
He's gonna work it out one way or the other.
Oh man, that would have been awesome.
I'm going old and busted to all receivers.
I don't even want to play. I'm sure nobody's thinking about taking him, but I don't want to play around and miss out on
Greg Dortch.
I like him.
I don't want to miss out on him. He's a dog.
That's a dangerous pick.
I think outside of Jerry Jeudy, I think that he's probably the second best pass catching option in Denver.
They lost 2 receivers too, so they're gonna have to spread the ball.
That's what I want in my late round tight ends. I just need you to have the possibility of being the second target in your offense. I don't care about nothing else. And on top of that,
just stay on the field.
Do you think
Dolchich has like in terms of like his efficiency metrics and things like that, Dolchich is like top of the top tier tight ends over the last decade to come
You know
out.
how Sean Payton loves those tight ends in the red zone too.
He does.
Do you think Russell Wilson?
Wilson doesn't. Russell Wilson hates tight ends.
Way what he was at any point.
No,
Yes.
Russell Wilson will never be what he was.
Not what he
Oh,
was,
no,
but
no.
anywhere close.
He's not. He's not as bad as what he was last year.
He's bouncing back this year.
He's not last year bad. He's not. Nathaniel Hackett put on a fucking clinic of what not to do as a head coach. He's not last year bad, but he's also not Seattle good either. I don't fucking need him to be Seattle good for Greg Dulcich to return value in the double-digit rounds either. So I'm okay with that.
There's so many quarterbacks still available. That's hilarious.
Am I the only one that hasn't taken a quarterback?
What?
I was going to be the last one to take a quarterback, but then I saw Anthony Richardson sitting there 3 picks before Landon, and I just
for some reason I had it switched in my head that when you said quarterback, you said running back.
Oh
so
no,
you haven't taken a running back. Jesus,
I got 4 of those.
0 running back, baby.
Zero RB usually ends in like the 6th, 7th round, but Jared said I'm taking that shit to the double digits.
I did. Wayne, I'll trade you Jamal Williams since you got Alvin Kamara. You need a week 1 starter.
Good.
I can promise you, Jared, I'll be hitting you up for Mr. Pitts at some point this year.
I'm sure by week 6 I'll be puking and ready to get rid of him. So.
Oh, I won't make it that long. I'm talking about like tomorrow.
Oh, put something together. We'll talk. Cole commits.
Who's your quarterback? You haven't taken one yet. I was going to see if I could seduce you with your rookie quarterback that's so spicy, but you don't even have a quarterback for me to compare to yet.
I'm not on Richardson.
Oh, you don't like Richardson even for fantasy with how much he can run?
Yeah, I just don't know. I got Jonathan Taylor as well. So
those might be the two best options for fantasy this year, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like
Richardson doesn't really need like a receiver or a tight end to hit for him to hit with the rushing floor that he has.
Where did Michael Pittman end up going?
He went at the 7-8 turn.
Pittman's actually.
What's your feelings on Pittman?
I've been kind of out on Pittman for fantasy purposes. Just if you look at
I think he's a good wide receiver, but fantasy I'm kind of worried about.
Real life receiver, I think he's great. Fantasy receiver, if you look at
quarterbacks he's played with.
if you look at receivers attached to rookie quarterbacks too, like he would be doing really good to produce a top 36 season. Like that would be.
They're not gonna throw the ball a lot this year. They're gonna run the shit out of the football.
We're in the 11th round now.
And whenever they do throw it, it's gonna be like bombs over Baghdad. So like Alec Pierce would be the guy that's like I would target with Anthony Richardson. Even though he dropped that fucking dime ass touchdown the other day. That shit pissed me off so much. You see that
throw? The one that Alec Pierce fucked up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a beautiful fucking ball.
That was a dot, dude. That's a ridiculous throw.
Since I was gonna take ETN, but since I didn't take ETN, let's take Tank and see what happens.
Tank is gonna be a stud.
Motherfucker.
I think Tank is okay. I think he's a little bit overhyped at this point, but in the double-digit rounds, I mean, they spent day 2 draft capital on him, which is huge for running backs. I do think he'll have a role, but I think people are really sleeping on ETN. Like, he's a really good runner. This has been fun, though. This is the first time I've ever used my own redraft rankings to draft a team.
I like your team so far. Chase.
I'm not mad about it. I would have loved if Darren Waller would have fallen to me in the 6th round instead of Rachaad White. And then I would have loved if Khalil Herbert would have not gotten taken so early. I like where he went. I think it's a fair pick. I just like his ADP is not that high. I didn't expect him to go that high.
Yeah.
Like I really thought that I had a really good chance of getting Khalil Herbert in the 8th, which Kyle said that he was going to take him in the 8th, so he wasn't going to make it back to me anyway. Which, you know, kudos to you guys. It's a great value. Khalil Herbert's a dog.
He is that.
He's not a great pass catcher, but Justin Fields doesn't throw to the running back a ton anyway, so that's not really the role that you want. You want the 2-down grinder in that offense, and Khalil Herbert is a better runner than Deontay Foreman and Roschon Johnson.
I think Foreman's upside.
Roschon Johnson's he's a good pass catcher, and he's probably the best pass blocking running back on the team. So he'll find his way onto the team, onto the field off of that. But Khalil Herbert's a beast, man. He's a really good runner.
Yeah, he's a good football player.
Oh, Kyle, what you gonna do? Raheem Mostert.
If he's healthy, man, he's a stud.
Yeah. So Sam Laporta was the other guy. I was considering going back-to-back tight ends, Dolchus
Fuck
and
you, Landon.
Laporta.
That was where I was going, actually.
The only well, I feel you guys keep making me feel better about my misses because it makes you guys always make it clear it wasn't going to make it back to me anyway. But I'd already taken Amon-Ra, so I wasn't going to take Laporta. But I rookie tight ends are kind of like it's like it's not supposed to happen. But I think this
he's
tight
the
end
only
class,
one there.
I think this tight end class is going to be a test on that though because
Bro,
Dalton
this tight end
Kincaid,
class was ridiculous.
it's deep in talent, and then Dalton Kincaid, he could very well be the number 2 option behind Diggs. Laporta could very well be the number 2 option behind Amon-Ra, and then Luke Musgrave could very well be the number 2 option behind Christian Watson in Green Bay. Like, this is going to be a test for the rookie tight end class of like, can rookie tight ends really not produce, or have rookie tight ends not been put in a position like this to produce before?
Yeah, this class was ridiculous.
This tight end class is nice. It's real nice.
I think Chig has a little bit of upside too.
I had to push him. I pushed him down my rankings quite a bit whenever they signed Hopkins.
Yeah, there ain't much.
But I mean, where you got him at, I still think is fair. But I would have taken him fucking 2 rounds earlier if they would have never signed Hopkins. But them signing Hopkins definitely concerns me a little bit.
Yeah, well, I was gonna get Higbee, but now I was like, oh yeah, I have Cooper Kupp, so I'm not.
those are probably the 2 top 2 options in that offense. Just make sure you draft Stafford too. You know.
I like Foreman. I was really on. You talked me out of Foreman, Drew. To be honest with you, I was going to take him.
And the crazy thing is, like, is a player, Deontay Foreman's somebody that I've been on since his days in Houston with the Texans before he tore his Achilles. Like, I liked
him when he was in Texas.
Yeah, you've always liked Foreman.
I've been a big Foreman guy, but like I didn't love the landing spot because I do think Khalil Herbert is a slightly better runner. It's not a huge gap, but Herbert has already been there, and I do think he's a better runner. And then I think that Roschon Johnson, who they just took on day 3, I think he's a better pass blocker than Foreman. So I think Foreman's probably he's the number 1 guy to where he would need an injury to really have a role. Whereas like I could see Herbert and Roschon Johnson having roles without an injury. I think Foreman needs an injury to have like a real fantasy relevant role. So it's tough because I don't like saying that because I've been a big Deontay Foreman fan, and he's kind of been like the poster child for guys coming back from an Achilles injury because it's been like Achilles injuries have been like the poster child for like you just can't come back from that. Like once a running back gets an Achilles injury, somebody did. Oh, two people did. Jay said, "You're not taking my Ravens defense from me."
Man,
wait, are we doing defenses?
Yeah, oh yeah. Team defenses has been a thing for sure.
Oh,
I mean, it's not anything that's our dynasty league. We got rid of those.
Oh shit!
But I mean, don't fret though. You don't need to take one.
No,
we still got 2 rounds before you need to worry about that.
What about Mingo?
I think he's going to get off to a really slow start, but I think by the end of the year he's going to be the number 1 receiver for the Panthers.
Because I've debated like taking him twice already. And
yeah,
I think he reminds me a lot of AJ Brown.
He's a very like AJ Brown, Debo type of guy to where like he's going to be really good after the catch, but I think it's going to take him a little bit to get acclimated. Like he's more of a project receiver. I'd be willing to bet Turnbow. We'll see. I don't know if Turnbow's listening. I'd be willing to bet Turnbow drops him. And then halfway through the year, 3/4 of the way through the year, he ends up being relevant. Like Mingo's not a guy that I'm drafting in your typical redraft league, but he's definitely somebody that I'm keeping my eye on midway through the year. Like he's somebody on my short list for waivers and shit like that. But I don't think he's anybody you should be upset about because you missed out on him in your draft, though. I'm on the clock. Fuck.
I hate myself so much. I drafted Dak Prescott and Kyle Pitts in the same lineup. I love it.
You're doing great.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
Now I just need CMC to get hurt again.
Fuck you, James.
All right, now to finally take the real running back one for the Miami Dolphins.
Love how nobody argues with you because nobody fucking knows.
Nobody cares.
That backfield.
It could be Jeff Wilson. It could be Ramondre, or not Ramondre. It could be Jeff Wilson. It could be Raheem Mostert. It could be Devon A-Chain. I don't think he's been drafted yet.
He hasn't.
Yeah, he has.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
I have Ramondre. Should I drop Jamison Williams for Ezekiel Elliott? No. Do not cuff running backs. I'm assuming this is just like a typical redraft league. Do not cuff your own running back, especially for somebody like Ramondre that can come back after his suspension and be an actual startable asset for you. No, let somebody else pay up for Zeke on waivers. Don't worry about it. Ramondre is going to be fine. Zeke is going to get some goal line touches. He's going to steal some rushing touchdowns from Ramondre, but Ramondre only had like 5 rushing touchdowns off the top of my head. I don't even know if that's right, but I think it was under 6 rushing touchdowns last year. Zeke's not going to steal work in the running game or in the passing game, which Ramondre has on lock. Don't worry about it. Keep Jamison Williams on your bench.
As Zeke just went
on. Does anybody disagree with that?
No, I don't believe in handcuffing running backs. I think it's
handcuffing other people's running backs.
Yeah, I'm cool with that if you want to take somebody else's handcuff, but don't handcuff your own. And as far as like possibilities for Ramondre, like if Dalvin Cook would have signed with the Patriots instead of the Jets, I would have been more concerned for Ramondre. I think Zeke is a really good pass blocking running back, and he's good around the goal line. He's going to steal some touches around the goal line, but Ramondre was hella productive last year without those touches, so I wouldn't be that worried. I'd be more worried about Breece Hall than I would be Ramondre if I was drafting tomorrow. What you gonna do, P-Ma?
I don't fucking know.
Man, I've already watched that Anthony Richardson all 22 film like 5 times.
Kendre, I fully believe that Kendre Miller is the most talented running back at this point in all of their careers. I think Kendre Miller is the most talented running back in that Saints backfield, but all those injuries they got me feeling some type of way. But that could be a really nice stash, though.
Kendre the dog, man. You guys want to see me interview Kendre Miller? You can go on YouTube.
Part of what made me feel better about Kendre was your interview. Just hearing him talking about like his pass catching chops and how comfortable he was catching passes, because that wasn't something he was asked to do very much at TCU. So like just hearing him talk about like the fact that the scheme didn't ask him to do that much, but he was confident in his hands and like because from a running standpoint,
bro, he's so violent. He's
like he's a violent runner, bro. I mean, if you tell me on top of that he can also catch passes, like count me in, 100%. Because Jamal Williams is not what he showed us last year. Like, and Alvin Kamara, I don't think he's as bad as he was last year, but he's also like, I don't know, bro. I like Kamara, but his efficiency has gone down year to year, and he's got more competition for touches this year than he has in years past. Like, fuck, he didn't have to deal with Tony James Jr. and a bunch of fucking randos this year. He's got to deal with Jamal Williams and Kendra Miller once he gets healthy. Guys like that. Like I'm a little nervous for Kamara this year, but I'm less nervous now that Kendrick Miller's dealing with the injuries he is. But that being said, if Kendrick Miller wasn't dealing with the injuries he is, I would have drafted him 2 rounds ago, 3 rounds ago. So I think that P-Mez got fucking great value in the 12th round, assuming that he holds on to him. So P-Mez, if you don't plan on holding on to him, just holler at your boy.
Hey, James.
Yeah, brother.
Guess what I got to drink when we bought the boat last Tuesday?
I'm sure it was something fantastic. What was it?
It's a nice bottle of William LaRue.
WLW.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they gave you for
WLW.
spending that much money on a boat?
Yep. The guy we bought it from brought it out. Said that he was saving it for special occasions.
That's badass.
I said, well, this seems pretty special to me, so.
All right, my favorite.
Got a
my
boat and
favorite
WLW.
My favorite non-Russian quarterback. I wish that I would have been able to land JSN or somebody to stack with him, but go ahead and draft Gino.
Gino's a hell of a value there, especially with Richardson, because you don't know exactly what's going to happen there. I love Gino.
You never
I
know.
know what's gonna happen.
I love Gino the player, and the fact, like, bro, Gino was a top 6 fantasy quarterback last year, and then they added the best receiver in the draft this year, and somehow he's going in the second to last. I probably could have waited to the last round. Like, he probably would have made it to the last round of the draft, and I could have drafted him. And that shit makes no sense to me. He was a top 6 quarterback in fantasy last year. They added the best receiver in the NFL draft. One of my favorite prospects the last few years in the NFL draft. Like, probably, I'd say since Jamar Chase, probably my favorite draft prospect at the receiver position. They add him to the squad, and people are just fading the fuck out of Gino. I don't know.
Wonder if they're worried, like he came back down to earth the last few weeks of the season.
And that's fair, but like it's still in the
That offensive line is so like
in
man,
the 13th round of a 1 quarterback league. I'll gladly take the shot and throw him in my week 1, week 2 lineup until
I'm so happy for him.
they try to write they try to write him off, but he ain't right back.
Yeah, he should have never had to wait that long for another opportunity.
Nah, he shouldn't have. I love that DJ. I think DJ Chark could very well until Jonathan Migo takes over, like halfway three-fourths of the way through the year. I think DJ Chark could be the receiver 1 for Carolina for real. I think DJ Chark is so underrated as a receiver.
He's got he can blow up a slate.
He's a burner, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think he is very, very underrated as a receiver. I really do.
He's another guy who just has trouble staying on the field, though.
Yeah.
He has in the past, but again.
Kareem.
Landon, are you eating that deer you killed back there?
Which one?
Oh, game-o. What about rolling the dice on that?
Yeah, it comes and goes.
Oh, here we go. Woo.
The auto drafts are starting to kick in finally.
Mm-hmm.
Dustin, who you talking about? You said love him this year. So much of him in best ball. Let me know. Let me know in the comments who you're talking about. Dustin, I drafted. I did a live draft in St. Louis for the Scott Fishbowl draft. I'm wearing some Scott Fishbowl merch. Shout out to Scott
Nice.
Fish and the crew out there. All they do for Fantasy Cares. But Dustin, let me know who you got in best ball. I'd love to hear more about it.
Hey, we don't. Hey, Drew, we don't have to take a defense now, right?
You don't. No, you can absolutely pick one up before the season starts. You do not have to take one today.
Let me see.
You can take a shot on somebody, throw them on your bench, and like take a shot on a receiver or tight end, running back, whatever. Throw them on your bench, and then pick up a defense before week 1 if you want to stream defense or whatever the case may be.
Bad division, up and young defense.
Bad divisions are always. You picked your own division to shit on.
It
That's
is a
rare.
bad decision.
That is a rare air. Alec Pierce. He has some nice. He might be a nice stack with Anthony Richardson.
He's the 2.
Well, I'm not going to be able to stack him. So.
Yeah, I won't be able to either, but that's okay.
Good night.
All right, we got Kyle, James, myself. Kyle and James already got the defense, so I don't expect them to snipe me on a defense. There was one defense I wanted.
The Dolphins.
No,
That was the one we wanted.
Oh, that's one's gone.
It's the one that's at the top of the queue, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't expect anybody to take 2 defenses, so I'll just go ahead and start talking about it. The New Orleans Saints, I don't give a damn about defense other than what their schedule looks like at the beginning of the year.
Jacksonville, too, man. Their schedule's weak.
The New Orleans Saints to start the year, they get Tennessee, Carolina, Green Bay and Jordan Love, Tampa Bay, New England, Houston, before they run into Jacksonville in week 7. But then they get Indy in week 8, Chicago week 9, Minnesota week 10, and then they're bye. Like for streaming, I always stream defenses. For streaming a defense, like I could possibly grab New Orleans here, assuming that nobody wants to take 2 defenses, and
I'm gonna take
That's not me.
you talk
and
me
not
into
have
it.
go ahead, please do, because that'll just leave me another player I can draft and just wait. I can grab
Nico Collins.
Did Nico Collins go undrafted
He's
for
still
real?
there. That was who I was going to take it instead of defense.
Yeah, I was
my-
choosing
Why
between
did
him and
why did you
William
have to say that?
He's a wide receiver 1, bro. No matter what the offense is.
He 100% he is my pick to be the wide receiver 1 for. Oh my god.
Make it easy for you. There ain't nothing better.
I can't believe he's still on the board. I really can't.
You didn't all took a defense.
It blows my mind that Nico Collins is going to go undrafted. It really does.
I was going to take him, but I needed a defense. So I didn't want to stream. Landon, how you feel about your team, buddy?
Not that great.
Why not? What do you not feel good about?
Just
I have
saying.
Deshaun Watson as a quarterback.
I think he's good.
Yeah, if you could have taken like Anthony Richardson or something, that probably would have looked pretty good.
Yeah, maybe.
I think Deshaun Watson's ass, but
I hope not. He's my quarterback 1 for the Scott Fishbowl this year. I got him in the 3rd
hope
round.
he does fail.
if it costs me this fantasy league, it'll be all right.
Morally, I'll feel good.
We got 3 picks left. Looks like Propane's going to be an auto draft, and then we got P-Meds and Story to close us out. James, how you feeling about your draft, bro? I know you're probably gonna have to dip before, like, once the draft ends. So let me know how you feeling. Eckler, Pollard, Hopkins, Amari, Justin Fields, Darren Waller, Taylor Lockett, Charbonnet, Brian Robinson, OBJ, Jacoby Myers, Elijah Mitchell, the Bills defense, and Van Jefferson. How you feeling, James?
I like it up until I get to Charbonnet as my flex. But I can always mix him in and out with Beckham or Myers or whoever else. But
Right.
so this is probably the highest I've taken a quarterback in years, so I'm kind of excited about that.
I think you nailed it too, bro. I really do. I thought Fields was the perfect spot right there. I was hoping to get Lamar around that same area. Like Lamar, Fields are the two guys I've been targeting in that area. So if Cam Akers wouldn't have been there, I would have absolutely taken it.
And also, I took it back to 2009 and went quarterback.
Quarterback.
Yeah, my first two picks.
Oh, running back.
Damn, what is wrong with me tonight? That's the second time I've done that.
But if Dallas doesn't bring anybody in, like if Dallas doesn't bring any of the free agents in to dispel Pollard, that could end up being 2 top 5 running backs.
Nico, all right.
Nico went. Thank God. I'm so glad he didn't go undrafted.
I only did that for you, brother.
Thank you, bro. You won't regret it. I swear.
I'm glad you did it because I was about to drop Van Jefferson and pick him up as soon as the draft ended.
You'll end up dropping Rashee Rice, and Nico Collins will be the guy. I like that. Let's see who else we still got on here. P-Meds. Before you dip out, so you got your boy CMC forever, ride or die. You got Josh Jacobs, T. Higgins, Jerry Jeudy, Drake London, David Montgomery, which I think you also had him in our Dynasty League before we decided to redraft. Chris Godwin, A.J. Dillon, Juju Smith-Schuster. I love that. Cole Kmet, Rashee Rice, Kendre Miller, Chase Brown, Nico Collins. How you feeling?
Brother, as long as I have CMC, that's all I care about. He's going to take me straight to the championship.
You don't even have a quarterback right now. You know that, right?
I got McCaffrey, bro. He is a quarterback.
Yeah. You don't have a quarterback or a defense right now. Fuck them. Fuck them. Feed them beans.
That's it.
I fuck with that. All right. Let's see. Kyle, you're still with us, bro. Let me hear you. So you started out with Tyreek. You got the Tyreek Mahomes throwback stack, and then Ramondre, Brees Hall. So the two running backs that have been most, I guess, affected by the news today. T.J. Hawkinson, Brandon Ayuk, George Pickens, Jahan Dotson, Rashad Penny. I love that pick in the 9th round. Tyler Algier, Raheem Mostert, Zay Jones, Patriots defense, and Tyjae Spears. Kyle, how you feeling?
I wish I could feel a lot better than what I am, but it's anytime that I can get a Chiefs guy, I'm going to take it with Mahomes. I mean, that's been Chiefs fan since I can remember. So, Ayuk and Pickens and Dotson kind of 3 run there wide receiver is going to be kind of, I think, the make or break for me. If those guys perform well, I think I'll be just fine. If they don't, that's where I'm going to struggle a little bit there. But yeah, we may look, try to see Spears. I'm just kind of waiting if Henry for some reason gets banged up doing something, if they just overuse him, or if the wheels kind of fall off a little bit. Hopefully Spears falls in a little bit there and picks him up. So just kind of went with the flyer on that last one, but it's probably not the strongest team that I've had in this league, but it's going to be a team that is going to be fun for me to manage. I got some good flex options I'm going to be using every week, so it's going to be fun.
Yeah, you're gonna have to play that. The starter sit decisions are gonna be tough week to week, but I mean, you got Tyreek at the wide receiver 1, so wide receiver 2 is you're kind of playing with your food a little bit because you know what you're gonna get at wide receiver 1 with Tyreek. So I like that quite a bit. Story, you're on mute right now. Are you here with us? Can you? We got the defending champ here. Let's see if he can give us a breakdown. I don't know. We'll see if he goes on mute or not. But if not, then we can discuss the guys that are here with us.
Yo,
there you go. All right. So Story, defending champ. He beat me in the championship last year. I'm still a little salty about it. I was trying to defend my championship from the year before. He started out receiver, Justin Jefferson, Jalen Waddle, and then followed it up with Josh Allen, George Kittle. So he knocked out the onesie positions. And then Dalvin Cook, Javonte Williams, Mike Evans, Michael Thomas, Gabe Davis, Alan Lazard, Jarrett McKinnon, the Cowboys defense, Jalen Warren, and Jalen Hyatt. Champ, how you feeling? Story, you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I think I have to be on this app to talk. I was talking.
Yep, I can hear
ready
you.
to run it back, man. Ready to run it back.
Yes, sir. You're looking good. I mean, if your running back values pay off, if Dalvin Cook, Javonte Williams, if those guys pay off the 5th and 6th round ADP,
I
you're gonna
think
be
that
tough to
makes or
beat.
breaks me right there, the running backs.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that's gonna be the make or break side of that for sure. Um, all right, Jared, you had probably my favorite pick. I won't say probably. You absolutely had my favorite pick of the first round, Cooper Cup, followed by Garrett Wilson. My favorite pick in the second round, uh, Joe Mixon, Jonathan Taylor, Kyle Pitts in the 5th round. My favorite pick of the 5th round. You got, hey, look, if I'm gonna pick a team that ain't my team to win this shit, I think I know who I'm gonna pick. Christian Watson in the 6th, Deontay Johnson, Brandon Cooks, Jamal Williams, Samaje Perine, Chika Kwanko, Dak Prescott, DJ Chark, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jared, how you feeling?
Man, I feel like $1,000,000. Anytime I can draft Dak Prescott, Kyle Pitts in the same lineup, I'm just confident. I'm coming after you, Story. The championship is mine, bro. Just need Dak not to throw 800 interceptions, and Kyle Pitts to get.
I like your team. I'm praying on Pitt's downfall a little bit for the first few weeks, just so I can hopefully buy low. You know, you didn't hear me say that, but I do. I like this, man. The Cooper Cup, Garrett Wilson stack. I mean, those are two. Let me find my receivers that I threw down here. Where are they?
I think I'm most happy about the Jonathan Taylor in the 4th round.
Yeah,
you should. Plays. I feel really good about that.
Yeah, you should be very excited about that. I don't blame you one bit. Shit. Those are running backs, right? Yeah. I don't know. I know for a fact I got Cooper Cup and Garrett Wilson very high. So I love the fact that you were able to get that stack. All right, Landon, my man. You got my boy. You know how I feel about Bijan, man. You got my boy at the 107. I highly considered taking him at the 104. If Jamar Chase would have gone off the board and Aaron would have taken Kelsey, I would have probably highly considered it. You got Bijan, Devontae Adams, another guy you know I love, Travis Etienne. Your running backs are just like they're calling my name. DJ Moore, Alvin Kamara, DeAndre Swift, JSN. Again, you're tugging at my heartstrings with this draft, bro. JSN in the 7th, David Njoku in the 8th, Deshaun Watson, that nice little stack there with the quarterback tight end. I think I like Njoku at the point that you got him. Adam Thielen, Sam Laporta, Roshan Johnson, the Jets defense, and Alec Pierce. How you feeling?
I mean, like for not being prepared and not doing like anything that has to do with fantasy football.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it was bad at all. I think it's
kind
of middle of the pack. It's going to depend really on, there's a few things that I have question marks about. Like obviously, Chicago's passing efficiency with DJ Moore kind of worries me. I don't know if they're going to throw the ball a lot, but he's a guy that, as we saw the other day, once he touches the ball, he can make stuff happen. Kamara's suspension, if he's able to come back and just be 80% of the old Alvin Kamara, having him as my running back 3, I feel pretty good. Wide receivers, JSN, I think he's a good value there in the 7th round.
Yeah.
So if you can really kind of take a stranglehold on where they picked him at, I do think he has a chance to overtake Tyler Lockett pretty early in that offense. So
I agree.
And they're going to throw the ball a lot. So we'll see how that goes. Tight end, Njoku, if he he's a really good player. I just don't think he's ever really had consistent quarterback play to get him the ball.
Right.
So we'll see if that changes with Watson. And then if not, I do think Sam Laporta, there's no competition there at tight end in Detroit, and they throw the ball a lot. And Ben Johnson is just like a magician of an offensive coordinator. So I'm all about him. Really, the only question mark I have, is quarterback. This team's going to live or die on whether Deshaun Watson is the old Deshaun Watson or if he's what we saw last year. And luckily, if not, there's still a few quarterbacks out on the waiver wire that I could pick up and feel pretty good about. Not really worried about it. But, yeah, overall, I think it's solid. I think it's middle of the road. It's not top tier, but I'm not going to finish at the bottom of the league either. So we'll see.
Right. Yeah. I mean, to your point, Deshaun Watson, he's a guy I was low on coming into the year, but my co-host on the Fourth and Frames podcast, Chris Battistell, he's really high on Deshaun Watson. He kind of taught me up a little bit, but if for some reason he ended up not hitting, Daniel Jones is on the waiver wire. He was the number 9 quarterback last year. Jared Goff is on the waiver wire. He was the number 10 quarterback last year. So you're still talking about multiple top 10 quarterbacks that are just sitting there on waivers, which is the beauty of one quarterback league. So if Watson doesn't end up returning that top 5, top 6 quarterback value that we saw whenever he was in Houston, you can just pivot. So it's really not a big deal. I think you approach that really well. The last team, for those of us that are here live, I've got myself. I took Jamar Chase at the 104. I'm on St. Brown, Keenan Allen, J.K. Dobbins, Cam Akers, Rashad White, Hollywood Brown, Antonio Gibson, A-Rich, Greg Dulcich, Tank Bigsby, Jeff Wilson, Geno Smith, and the New Orleans Saints defense. So, I mean, for me personally, I didn't expect to go receivers in the first 3 rounds, but I was considering Lamar Jackson. Lamar, the pick before me, right in the 3rd round. J.K. Dobbins, as soon as he reported to practice, he was a guy I was going to target. So once I started 3 receivers in a 1 quarterback league, I considered Justin Fields, but Dobbins and Akers are 2 guys I was really high on in terms of just getting manufactured touches. I wanted that in a 1 quarterback league, so I felt comfortable punting quarterback at that point once Akers was still on the board. And then I really, really wanted Darren Waller in the 6th round, but he got sniped a pick before me from James, so I took Rashad White, another guy. I think that as much as I love Sean Tucker, is going to get touches at least early on. So Antonio Gibson, another guy I like a lot. I've liked a lot. I drafted him in our Dynasty League back in the day. And then Anthony Richardson, he was the last of the ones, just unknown upside. It's just very intriguing. 1 quarterback league, we'll see. We'll take him. Greg Dulcich, another guy from a metric standpoint, is very effective. And so I like where I'm sitting right now. We'll see how it turns out. But I feel good about where I got A-Rich. I feel good about where I got my receivers. I feel good about that. So we'll see. It's a long season. This has quickly turned into one of my favorite leagues, if not my favorite league over the year. Just all the participation and everything like that. So this league's a lot of fun. So in very few leagues I get to play with my boy James anymore because he's so busy making money and shit.
You're literally in 3 of my leagues of the 4.
2.
Okay.
One of which you tried to quit. Nah,
I did not try to quit.
I would literally fucking I would die before I let that happen, bro.
I did not try to quit. I expressed my opinion, and y'all
tried to quit. I ain't let that shit happen. Ain't no way. All right, Landon. I think we wrapped everything up good enough.
I'm out, guys. It was great. Fun.
You wanna send us home?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. So if you guys enjoy this type of content, even though we don't regularly pump out stuff anymore like we used to, just because we're all so busy. Hopefully, as the season.
Hey, we got a Dynasty Startup Draft coming up though.
That's right.
Like
28th.
two Mondays from now. So 2 more weeks from now, we'll probably do this shit all over again. So go anyway. Go ahead.
So yeah, if you guys like that type of stuff, just make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and then as the season ramps up, of course, hopefully we'll be able to really get it together, talk more football, talk more strategy. You know, Jared, big successful DFS guy over there. Now I believe, or were you like a professional DFS guy now?
According to FanDuel.
Yeah, according to FanDuel, he is. So
I wouldn't call myself a professional though.
I would. As much money and time you put into it.
Right.
So yeah, if you guys like just any type of football content, any NFL, any betting, DFS kind of stuff, just make sure to like, subscribe, follow us, and we'll see you at the very least. We'll see you in a couple Mondays, but hopefully we see you before then. Hopefully things ramp up and we're able to start talking ball again. So appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks for everybody that hopped on here with us, and we'll see you next time.